Hello guys, in this video I am going to be showing you a quick intro to AutoCAD and how to use some basic commands. So I've got my CAD here open, and first things first is I'm going to click here on Start Drawing. Now if you look at the bottom left corner, you'll see these three tabs. We want to make sure that we're on the Model tab. This is where you do pretty much all your drafting. The layout tabs are for plotting, and we'll talk about this in a later video. But for now, we're only concerned with model space. Okay, so since this is a brand new drawing, the first thing I like to do when I start a new drawing is set what units I am using. So to do this, we'll type in U, N, and push enter. Okay, so now a window that looks like this should pop up on your screen. So I'm going to go over here onto length, and underneath length there's type. I'll click on that, and what I usually do is architectural. Oops, it's architectural because most of the drawings that I do are architectural plans. So over here I like to keep this on inches, but you can change it to any of these units that you like. I also like to keep this on decimal degrees. I really don't touch the lighting at all. So we're going to click OK. Okay, so let's talk about navigating around the model space. So to zoom in and out, just scroll your wheel scroller on your mouse. And to pan the screen, you're just going to hold down on the scroller and drag your mouse in the direction you want to go. All right, so the first command we're going to learn is the line command. So to do this, you just push L on your keyboard and then push enter. So now it says specify first point. So I'm going to click over here. Now it says specify the next point. So we'll drag our mouse and then we're going to click where we want it to end. Right, and then we can make another line by clicking where we want it to end. And now we have two lines. So push the escape key to exit out of the command. So now we're going to delete these lines. So go ahead and click on both of these lines and just click the delete button on your keyboard. All right, so now we're going to make another line, but this time we want it to be 6 inches. So we're going to do L again, push enter, click on the first point. Now we're going to drag it in the direction that we want our line to go to. We'll put in 6 and then put enter. And there we have our 6-inch line. Right, so let's delete that. Okay, now this time we're going to do another 6-inch line, but we want it to be 37 degrees above horizontal. So we'll push L, enter, click. We're going to drag in the direction we want it. Now we're going to push 6 again, but this time instead of pushing enter, we'll push on tab. Now we're going to type in our 37 degrees, enter, right, escape key, and as you can see, we have our 6 inches, 37. It's pretty hard to see with this over here. That's a 6-inch line, 37 degrees above horizontal. Right, so let's go ahead and delete that. Okay, our next command is the Polyline command. Now the Polyline works exactly how the line command works, but this time instead of typing L, enter, you're going to go P, L, enter, and it just works exactly how the line command works. So we'll go over here, we'll make a 2-inch segment going this way, so 2, enter, and now I want a 4-inch segment going over here, so we'll do 4, enter, and now I want a 1.5-inch segment going here, so we'll put 1.5, enter, and then we'll push the escape key to cancel the command, and now we have our polyline. Okay, now I'll just draw random lines to show you the difference between a line and a polyline. So we'll do L, enter, I'll do the segment here, segment here, segment here. All right, so when I select the polyline, you can see that it selects the entire thing. But if I select the line, it only selects that one segment over there. Right? That's the difference between a line and a polyline. All right, so now let's delete everything here. Delete. A handy feature when drawing lines is called ortho mode. So to activate this, we're going to push F8 on your keyboard. Now notice it says ortho on. So as you can see, when we're drawing lines, they are perfectly locked at 90 degrees. It's very useful when you're making walls and such. So let's go ahead and clear all this. All right, so let's start off by making a 2-foot vertical line. So we'll push L, enter, click on the starting point, drag up. Now we want 2 feet. So we're going to type in 24 because there's 24 inches in 2 feet, and then we'll push enter. Now let's do a 2-foot horizontal line. We can also type in 2 and then feet, the tick mark for feet, and then we'll push enter. And there we go. We have two 2-feet lines that are perfectly 90 degrees from each other. So to activate the offset command, we're going to push O, enter, and then we'll push enter again. So I want to offset this line here. So I'll just click it, I'll drag it, and then when I'm happy with the position of the new line, I'll just click. And there we go. So we'll push the escape key. And we can also specify the offset distance that we want. So say I want to offset this line by 5 inches. I'll just type in O, enter, 5, enter. Go ahead, click here, drag, click. And there we go. That's 5 inches from here to here. We can also do it again just by clicking here, drag, and click again. And then we'll push the escape key to exit out. Now I want to offset the same line but 9 inches to the left. So a quick tip in CAD is if you just push enter, it will repeat the command that you previously used. So we pushed enter, put 9, enter, click, drag, click. There we go. We'll push escape. Now let's offset this line here again, down 16 inches. So right, so push enter, 16, enter, click, drag. There we go. Okay, so now let's go over the extend command, which does exactly what it sounds like. To activate this, you're going to push EX and then enter twice. So enter, enter. Now let's go ahead and extend this line. I want this line, see it's already doing it for me. So I want that line to meet up with that line up above it. I'll just simply click on it. There we go. And let's also extend this one to over here. Click. Okay, so when you're using the extend command, you need to have a point to where you want the line to go to. Otherwise, CAD is not going to draw anything for you. Okay, now let's push escape. Now we're going to learn the trim command, which deletes sections of lines without deleting the entire line. So to activate this, you're going to type in TR, push enter twice again. So enter, enter. And let's go ahead and say I want to delete this section here. I just click it, that's gone. And I'll just click it right here and that's gone. See, that's useful because say if I just want to delete this section, I can't just click on it and then delete it because then the entire line will be gone. All right, so we just learned how to use offset, trim, and extend. So I'm going to go ahead and clear this, clear the board. Okay, so since we're still on ortho mode, let's go ahead and turn that off by pushing F8. All right, ortho is off. Now let's learn how to draw a rectangle. So to activate the rectangle command, type in R, E, C, and push enter. So now it says specify the first corner. And now we're going to specify the opposite corner. So we're going to drag our mouse till we like it. and I'll just click right there. Here's our rectangle. We can even put in the dimensions for our rectangle. So I'll push enter to activate the rectangle again. And I want this new one to start over here. And let's make a 12-inch by 7.5-inch rectangle. So I'll just drag my mouse in the direction I want it to go. Now I'm going to specify the width first. So I'm going to put 12. Now I'm going to click on tab. And now I'm going to put in 7.5 for the height. And now I'm going to push enter. Now we can see that we have a 7.5 by 12-inch rectangle. Okay, let me zoom out real quick. Now I want to draw a circle over here. So to draw a circle, we're just going to type in C and push enter. And then I'll just click here. And we can specify the radius that we want. So let's draw a 3-inch radius circle. So I'll just type 3 and then I'll push enter. All right, now let's move this circle so that it overlaps both of these rectangles. All right. So to move an object, we're going to type M and then push enter. Now it says select the object. So we're going to select the circle. And now we're going to push enter again. Now it says specify the base point. So since I want the center of this circle to line up with this corner right here, I'm going to click on the center of the circle and then I'm going to drag it. Now we're moving the circle. So I'm going to drag it and then I'm going to click on the corner there. So now the center and the corner line up right on top of each other. Now I'm actually thinking that we should move this circle 1.5 inch directly up. So here, let me zoom in real quick. And let's turn on ortho mode so that all our movements are locked at 90 degrees. So we'll push M, enter, select the circle, enter, specify the base point, center, and then we drag up, and then I'm going to type in 1.5 or 1.5 inch, push enter. Now our center moved up 1.5 inch. Okay, now I want to rotate this whole thing by 45 degrees about this point over here. So first things first, let's turn off ortho mode because we're not rotating by 90 degrees. So F8, ortho's off. Now to use the rotate command, we're going to type in R, O, and then push enter. Now we're going to select all these objects right here. Now we'll push enter again. Now it says specify base point. So I'm going to click here on this corner because this is where I want it to rotate about. So I'm going to drag up. Now I'm going to type in 45. Now push enter. And there we have our object rotated 45 degrees about this point. Okay, now I want to make a copy of this entire object right here. So instead of having to redraw everything, we can just use the copy command. Okay, so let's first turn on ortho back on because I want it to line up perfectly with the original. So we'll push F8. Now ortho is back on. Now to copy, we'll type in C, O, push enter. Now select all our objects that we want to copy. We'll push enter. Now it says specify a base point. I'm going to click on this corner right here. Now I'm going to drag where I want it to go. And since I want this original corner to be 4 feet away from this brand new corner, and you'll see what I mean later, I'm going to type in 4 feet and then push enter. Now I'll click on the escape key. Now, as you can see, those corners are 4 feet away from each other. Okay, so the last command that we're going to learn today is the mirror command, which mirrors objects along some arbitrary line. So let me go ahead and zoom out real quick, pan over. So let's mirror these two objects. So we'll type in M, I, and push enter. Now let's select everything that we see. Let's go ahead and select all this. And and we'll push enter. Now it says specify first point of mirror line. So I'm just going to click a random spot. Right there is good. Now I can drag my mouse up to mirror it along the y-axis, or I can drag it to the side to mirror along the x-axis. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'll just click. And now it's going to ask us if we want to erase the original objects. We can either do yes or no. I'm going to put no because I want to keep them. And there we go. Well, I hope you find this video helpful. These are just some of the commands that you'll probably use the most often. There are a ton more commands and features and little tricks within commands that I didn't go over, but I'll leave a link to a list of commands in the description below. So take a look and just play around with CAD. I'm going to try to make a series of videos where we learn how to make plans such as like this, for example. So be on the lookout for that. Until then, study hard.